As lifelong proponents of Star Wars, we enjoy highlighting and studying the good stories in that universe. And today we're going to be returning to the best thing that Star Wars has to offer, Andor. We're going to be finishing our look at the 3 breakfast scenes. In this, the third and final of the 3 breakfast scenes between Syril and his mother, the dynamic that they have will entirely change.
Uncle Harlow will be so pleased.
The last time we were at this table with Syril and his mother, she had all the power. She was constantly berating him and always being able to have the last word. But Syril has gone through some positive changes. He's been able to help out the Empire and received a promotion. And this gives him some new ammunition to use in his verbal warfare with his mother. And just like his mother was doing in the previous breakfast scenes, Syril is waiting to reveal this information at the right time.
You're up early, home late, up early, dressed and groomed, trimmed your hair. Something I should know.
Cyril's mother opens up the scene with an observation of his new attitude in life. He's working harder, he's changed his hair, he's trying again. And with him getting on her about leaving dinner out the previous night, he's showing her that he is not going to be pushed around anymore. She tries to give excuses, but he continues his accusations by calling out her searching his room. She once again tries to give excuses, but he knows she's been snooping. He was an inspector after all.
I like a tidy house.
You've been in my private box. I have ways of knowing.
And here we have something that hasn't happened in the show so far. His mother is caught off guard. And instead of admitting that he's right and apologizing for her snooping, she goes back to her classic tactic. She tries to guilt him by listing off everything that she has done for him since he was fired. And she has the gall to ask him what he is giving her in return on her investment.
I find you a job. I press your uniform. I prepare 2 meals a day. I move mountains to scrape you off the floor and put you back on your feet. And what do I reap? What is the return on my investment?
However, unlike the previous scenes where Syril would play into her game, he stays above it. He doesn't allow her to pull him down into the argument that is beneath them. But she doubles down, calling him a shadow of a son, comparing him to just another house tenant that she's allowing to use a room in her place. She goes for the throat.
We were talking about you snooping on me.
The shadow of a son, a tenant, a stranger.
Oh, that's new. You want to remember that.
Calling him a stranger, and she goes on about his time away from her. And she doesn't stop there. She says that if she were a lesser woman, that his neglect would drive her insane. All while Syril loudly slurps his milk. Because, as we said before, Syril has information that she doesn't know. Syril allows her to go on her little guilt trip rant, all whilst he stays calm and collected. This is also a reversal from the previous breakfast scenes. In those, Syril is the one who flies off the handle, while his mother is the calm one.
All that time away on Morlana. What if I'd let your neglect drive me insane? Imagine that.
And just like those other times where the revelation of the information changes the scene, this one has that as well, except it's Syril doing the revealing. He reveals his accomplishments at his new job and his promotion, and immediately we see a change in his mother. She goes from her feigned disgust to pride. She is a fair weather mother, which is terrible, but Syril is used to it, so she doesn't fool him for a moment.
I've been promoted.
I knew they'd recognize your promise.
For the first time since he's come home, he is finally in control again, and it's a triumph. And that's why this is the final scene that takes place in this location with these 2 characters, because this trial has been passed. And that's why Andor is the best thing that Star Wars has to offer. And as always, may the Force be with you.
Look back just months ago, when you could easily ignore me. Imagine Imagine I'd cracked under the weight of your neglect. Imagine I'd cracked and wasn't here now to pick up the pieces.